Thank you. You're very kind. Hold on to your ticket stubs. As you know, this is the time of year when the network is adjusting its program schedule, and ABC is going to raffle off some of its turkeys right after the... This will be a very good show tonight. Tonight, I'm bringing you two very unusual people. Three, actually, if you count me. Do you hear a hum? That's because we have a lot of equipment here tonight. My two guests tonight make their living in very unusual ways. They're really, they've managed to beat the old 9-to-5 rat race. Here's one of them, and here's the other. They're both English. They wear makeup and costumes in their work, and the similarity ends there. David Bowie is a superstar in a category that has never actually been defined, because as soon as he tries, the critic tries to say what he is, he changes like a chameleon. And where are the new chameleons going to come from? Roy Dotrice, who is age 48, magically transforms himself nightly into an ancient 17th century gossip and eccentric man of letters and relater of bawdy stories. In a Broadway performance I wish that everybody could see. We'll see a hefty chunk of it tonight. Now, let's meet our guests in alphabetical order. This is David Bowie. And on the other hand, this is David Bowie. By the same token, this is also David Bowie. That is David Bowie. That is David Bowie. And if all of these are true, can this also be David Bowie? He burst on the scene a few years ago in a dazzling explosion of bizarre costumes, makeup, and glitter with an opus called The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. If the audience will hold just a minute, I'm explaining this for the square johns at home. He's the only person I know who has appeared the same year on the Best Dressed Man list and the Worst Dressed Woman list, someone's idea of a joke. Rumors and questions have arisen about David, such as who is he, what is he, where did he come from, is he a creature of a foreign power, is he a creep, is he dangerous, is he smart, dumb, nice to his parents, real, a put-on, crazy, sane, man, woman, robot, what is this? His fans have seen him do almost everything but sit and talk, which they will see tonight. It will be a first for them. In this concert tour, here is still another David Bowie. Ladies and gentlemen, David Bowie.
Now you must agree. Times they are returning, changing this and breed. You've read it in the papers, the jacks are on TV. Beware the savage dawn of 1984. They'll split your pretty cranium, fill it full of air, tell you that you hate it, lover you won't care. You'll be shooting up on anything, tomorrow is never there. Beware the savage dawn of 1984. Come soon, remember me. Down an all-night movie road. This night it would last, but I guess we can roll in 1984. down. She frowns, gee, my life's a funny thing. Am I still too young? He takes her hand and bear. She takes his ring, takes his babies, takes his minutes, takes her nowhere. Heaven knows she'd have taken anything, 'cause all night she wants a young American. Young American, young American, she wants a young American. So all night she wants a young American. Right through the picture window she spies the slinking vagabond. He curses as he passes a Ford Mustang. Never knows she take anything, but the beacon is tied for nothing. Saying nothing, he cuts his hand. Showing nothing, it goes like a song. She cries, where have all my heroes gone? All night she wants a young American. Young American, young American, she wants a young American. So all night she wants a young American. All the way from Washington, breadwinner stays at the bathroom floor. Live for just these 20 years, do we have to die for the 50 more? All night it wants a young American. Young American, young American, what's young American? So all night it wants a young American. Do you remember President Nixon? Do you remember the bills you have to pay? Or even yesterday? Have you been the young Americans? You and your idol singing both sets over. Never leather everywhere. I'm not a top left in the ghetto. Well, would you carry your razor? Just in case of depression. Sit on your hands and the bus of survivors. Rushing along, that will see us. Ain't that close to love? Ain't that close to love? Ain't no Barbie Joe. My heart's been broken just like you, yeah. All night you want the young American. Young American, young American, you want the young American. So all night you want the young American. You ain't a pimp, you ain't a hustler. Pimp's got a cat, baby's got a crash, black's got a sweat, white's got his soul tape, brown's got clamps. Look at my handshake. I heard the news today, oh boy. I got it sweet, you got the beat. In the room ahead, look to say no more. In the retired, I'm married with that judge. In the room behind that got before the other. It's a God that just does me sense. Ain't the one damn song that can make me break down and cry. What the young American, young American, young American, all night, I want the young American. I want what you want, you want what I want. I want you, you want I want you what I want you, I want you. Young American, young American, I want the young American. All night I want the young American.
Hello. We have a very vocal group here tonight. Not only you, but the people out there. It's strange to see you off your feet like this. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
So you've got a lot of explaining to do.
Yes.
I feel like I always feel I should interview like that character Peter Cook does, you know? What is all this prancing about a stage and trappings and all of that? But you don't have the trappings that you've had in the past. You're a little more conventional.
Yeah, at this moment.
What happened?
We did the Diamond Dogs tour and took it from New York to Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
And I felt that was enough, really, rather than come back with the same thing. I wanted to give myself an opportunity just to work with the band.
Yeah. So a lot of the glitter is gone that we associate with you, and you've got an entirely new person now.
No, you haven't.
Où sont les glitz de yesteryear, or something like that.
No.
Is the offstage Bowie likely to surprise people? I've had the weirdest reactions from people who know you're going to be on. Some of them say they'd be scared to sit and talk with you. Some people said you would bite my neck.
It's not
very peculiar kind of thing.
It's what you want, really, isn't it? And what do you think I'm like?
Well, I've only met you over the phone and a little bit backstage, and to me you seemed like, I hope this doesn't insult you, a working actor.
That's right, that's very good.
You know, I mean, what are you drawing?
It's therapeutic.
No, you know, some people thought, there's a lady who said, I don't know if I'd want to meet him. He would make me very nervous. I have a feeling he's into black magic and that sort of thing. And other people see you as just a very skillful performer who changes from time to time from one thing to another.
Yeah. Well, both of that is...
All of the above. You'll buy that?
I'm a person of diverse interests, but not...
Sure.
I'm not really very academic, but I glit from one to another a lot.
Yeah. Glit.
It's like flit, but it's the 70s version.
One letter later in the alphabet.
This is incredible.
Picture. It's very striking. The first time you see it, I remember the first time this album appeared in a record store window, and I could see it actually stopping traffic on the sidewalk. This is the picture you send to the draft board, obviously, saying that. Keep this boy around.
I've only just got that.
I didn't know I was going to say that.
How did that come about?
That whole idea and that very painting.
Let me see. Well, it's an artist from Belgium called Guy Pollard who did a book called Rock Dreams. Yeah. So I nicked the. Well, I didn't nick the book, but I saw the book at Mick Jagger's house, and I nicked the idea of doing a cover.
What does nicked mean?
Oh, stolen. So.
Stole the idea. Does this make you nervous to sit without your band and with everything and just to chat a little bit? Oh, let's carry on talking. Don't ask me that. Oh.
Otherwise, I'll wonder.
Okay.
I'd rather not know if I'm nervous until...
Okay, I won't worry about that.
Okay.
Where's the kick for you, David, in performing? In performance, when you're on stage?
That's it. Complete. Really.
Being there?
Yeah.
The entrance? I can imagine that it would be very exciting profession. I mean, to stand there with that... There are people in the world who've never stood on a stage. Those of us who have forget this. I mean, to stand on a giant stage like that with a band behind you. At rehearsal today, I stood in for you.
I tell you.
You know what I mean? And the feeling of standing there with that sound coming behind you is very exhilarating.
I had an incredible feeling, and I got a lot of fulfillment from working in productions like Diamond Dogs or the Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
But it was one of putting together lots of bits and pieces and loose ends and directing the whole thing and remembering 1,000 things at once. So that was one kind of fulfillment. But now that I'm working just with the band and singing, which is something I haven't done for years, just stand there and sing my songs, I'm finding a new kind of fulfillment. I'll go back to doing productions. You
will?
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to go out and sing my songs as a singer-songwriter for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll...
Okay. We have to take a break right now for a message that will be back. Stay with us. David, what kind of student were you in school?
As I say, not very academic. I'm pretty, I suppose I was considered arty.
Arty?
Yeah.
But did you go through college or to college? Or?
Oh, yeah, I went to a technical college near London that had an art course for people from 12 upwards who couldn't do anything else much, like maths or physics or something. Yeah. So I took art.
All right. You know that Jagger studied economics.
Yes.
And I mentioned that once when he was on, and some of his fans were disappointed to hear that. And he was at the London School of Economics.
Yes.
And it ties into something you said in an interview you did with William Burroughs, which I thought was interesting if it's in fact true.
Oh, don't believe it.
Well, everything ties in with something else you said, which is don't ask me any questions because I'll say something different every time. But taking a chance here, taking a stab in the light, you said that the lives of the rock stars are really not as strange as the lives of the fans, and that the fans actually, it's an interesting point, that the fans sort of envy the stars, but in effect the stars live conventional lives and envy the fans. And it strikes me as odd, the idea that, fans are out shoving, I don't know, nutmeg under their cuticles or something and trying to be really freaky, and you and Jagger are sitting around discussing economics before the Anschluss in the Benelux nations or something. Am I exaggerating?
No, he speaks economics and I don't understand him.
But is this in fact true? What is your private life like without being too personal? Oh yeah, do.
Thank you. All right. Well, what I meant is that when I first started, I could get out and about a bit, and I used to go to clubs and dance, and that was quite easy. Yeah. And I sorted out what I wanted to wear and what I wanted to do. But later on, when things became slightly cocooned,
slightly what?
Cocooned. Oh. I was kind of, in there somewhere. Yeah. I found that I was seeing what everybody else was wearing when they used to come to the shows, and I thought, I'm kind of out of it a bit. So it ends up that I kind of get influenced by people who come to see me. I mean, canes, you see. I mean, I saw a person with a cane once, of course, but then somebody started bringing them to the gigs, and I really liked them, so I started using one. So it wasn't me, it was them.
You've been influenced by your audience and your style.
Yeah, I think you are a lot.
How do you dream up your latest manifestation? You know what I mean?
Which one particularly?
In any case. Do you sit at a sketch pad? Do you work from your own dreams? Do you have visions?
Travel. I mean, I'm in a very lucky position of not wanting to fly, so I take a ship or a train or something.
You won't fly?
No.
I read you took the Trans-Siberian Railway somewhere.
Yeah, that's one of the things that... Yeah, it was right through Russia, from Nahodka through to Moscow. And from Moscow, Warsaw, East Berlin, got chucked off there, threatened to send back to Moscow.
Why won't you fly?
It scares me. I'm just...
Afraid the plane will come down when it isn't supposed to.
I don't like the feeling of going up at that speed. It always feels like something running very fast and then like going to the edge of a cliff and then jumping and opening to get to the other side.
I like that.
Well, it should be like if it's like just goes like that.
Yeah.
Like us also.
Why do rock stars tend to have premonitions of doom? It seems to be a theme in their work and in their life.
Oh, because they're pretty nutty to be doing it in the first place, anyway.
Is that
what it is? Yeah. You've got a very tangled minds, very messed up people.
Do you ever try to picture yourself at 60?
So,
somebody said the idea of a reunion of the Beatles in their 70s, they come tottering out onto the stage. Someone holds a guitar up in front of them while they pluck it, or their 80s, let's say. This is a rather personal question, but is that your real hair color?
Of course it isn't. I've never said it. No,
I know the answer to that.
I'm a blonde.
When you walk around New York and a hard hat says, "Hey, sweetheart,"
I drive around New York.
Good idea. What do your parents do for a living?
Well, my father's dead, and my mother has a small flat, and I think she's got a day job.
Does she have trouble explaining you to the neighbors who say, are you any relation to that?
I think she pretends I'm not hers. No, she doesn't talk much, she doesn't, I don't think we were never that close particularly. We have an understanding.
Yeah. It's not true that your real name is Menimsha Spiegelgas, is it?
Yeah.
Rumor. Is it really? You didn't want that revealed?
I was waiting for you to reveal it.
Well, I'm sorry if you didn't want that out, but what is black noise?
Black noise?
Yeah.
Black noise is something that Burroughs got very interested in. It's
yeah, intriguing.
Well, no, it's one facet of black noise is that everything, like a glass, if an opera singer hits a particular note, the vibrations are that of the metabolism of the glass, and it cracks it, yeah? So black noise is the register within which you can crack a city or people, or it's a new controlled bomb. It's a noise bomb, in fact, which can destroy.
Is it a real thing? I mean, is it something that's actually somebody's experimenting
it was invented
with?
in France.
Could a tyrant use it to...
Well, until last year, you could buy the patent for it in the French patent office for about equivalent to $3-4.
And it would wipe out it's concentrated.
It depends how much money you put into it. I mean, a small one could probably kill about half the people here, but a big one could destroy a city, or even more. I mean,
it's a weird idea.
Don't look at. It's not my idea.
No. Well, let's not give the instructions on how to do it. Can you recommend a good book to your fans? A good book?
But this week, apart from yours.
Oh, do I have a book out?
Yeah. Oh no, I walked into that.
No, I wondered if you. Last thing I read, you said that Kerouac was important to you, but that's a long time back. What do you?
Well, I didn't say I'm reading Machiavelli.
You're reading Machiavelli?
No.
Oh. What would you read?
What am I reading?
What would we find on your coffee table in your apartment in?
At the moment, mainly pictures. I bought Diane Arbus's book of photographs. It's a photographer that I like very much.
Could I ever do a walk-on in your show? I've got to know what it feels like to stand on stage in a big production thing like that.
In a production?
Screw up your...
Well, if I had a part for you, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if I were to bring out a cup of tea and a good book.
If it's your book.
Well, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. You do mine.
Don't ask me about my book.
You have a book.
Well, funnily enough.
A book coming.
Yes, I'm writing a novel.
You are?
Yeah, based on the Trans-Siberian Express.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Now you can ask me the next one.
I'm glad to know that. How do you say your wife's name? I've seen it printed Angels and Angela. Which is the typo?
Angela. Angie.
Her real name is Angela.
Just Angela.
Yeah. Is she a model?
Is she what?
A model or an actress? Or I
No,
saw one
she was,
very attractive picture of her.
No, she was an intellectual that went to school in Switzerland and has a vast capacity for knowledge and runs around, does theses on everything.
Yeah. And how do you say your son's name?
Zoe.
Your son's name is Zoe Bowie?
Yeah.
Is it true that Frank Zappa has a child named Moon Unit?
Yes.
Can you imagine growing up, kids in a tough neighborhood, hey, Moon Unit! Do we have a message? We will take a break here and we'll be right back. So, you know, somewhere someone is writing a learned paper in a university called something like Jagger and Bowie, Prophets of a Pluralistic Society, and you know this Prophets of Doom or something. Do you read this stuff? And you see critics write very elaborate intellectual analyses of your work and other people's. Does this put you to sleep?
The bad ones. I always read the good ones.
Yeah. Do you want to be understood? You know what I mean? Ziggy Stardust
Absolutely nothing to understand. I mean,
was concerned with famine in the world and so on, and prophecies of the world running out of food and stuff like that.
I'm a storyteller and a story writer, and I decided that I preferred to enact a lot of the material I was writing rather than perform it as myself. At this moment, I'm performing as myself, but I will continue in the future. After I've done what I wish to do at the moment, return back to writing stories, and I will enact them again, and I don't care what anybody says, I like doing it, and it's what I shall continue to do.
Well, I'm not stopping you.
You know, it's not, and nothing that I do is on any kind of intellectual slant.
You got no mission.
No, it's just...
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you do anything about their ripping London apart? I've been there about 7 times. We were talking about this the other night, and you told me the appalling news that they've torn down Whistler's house, the artist.
From what I've heard, the
is
Peacock
Buckingham Palace a McDonald's stand yet? I can't believe that what they're doing. You have a lot of influence.
Not since I bought it.
I was going to say, you have influence and money. Can't
no,
you
you
other
can't.
artists
No
do
one has
something?
any influence. I mean, everything's been sectioned off into separate pieces of property, and no doubt now that the socialist government has nationalised, or is going to nationalise, ground, more of it will come down. And
don't you think it's awful?
I don't know. I haven't made any decision on it because I know a lot of families that need houses. As much as I like a lot of the architecture, you know, I don't know. I can't generally. Oh, don't ask me about politics. And I mean, what do I know? I know.
Did I say
rock singer.
politics?
But that's what it will become. You see, because I mean, it's all politics.
I see.
Motivation of finance. You know, it's politics, isn't it?
Okay. You're going to do another number.
I do.
However, if you do it now, it'll be interrupted by a commercial, which would be appalling. So why don't we take a break? We'll be right back. And thank you for coming.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Here once again is David Bowie and the whole group.